Right, 21.3 question 2. It says this diagram shows the graph of cos x for minus 360 to 360. So we've got this is a complete cos wave, a complete cycle. Please note that 0 degrees has a cosine of 1, 90 degrees has a cosine of 0, 180 degrees has a cosine of minus 1, etc. And working the other way with the negative angles, they also have cosines, as with the sine wave before in the previous question. So it says use the diagram to solve the following equations. Now if the cosine of x is 0.7, the first thing you need to do is ask ourselves what the basic angle is. Now if I go therefore shift cosine of 0.7, I get 45.6 degrees. So the first answer is going to be 45.6 degrees. And what we can do is use the symmetry of the graph to try and work out where the others go. So 0.7 is going to be about here somewhere, isn't it? 5.7, just ever so roughly, and you can see there's 4 solutions right there. I'll leave this one written up, and that is y equals 0.7, and obviously it intersects there, 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 and there with the graph of y equals cos x, as it says just there. And so we have 4 solutions. Clearly this one is supposed to represent 45.6, and this one here, let me just give you some more insight into that. Remember this thing? If we're based, actually it didn't work out too well. Let's use my straight line facility. That'll be easier to do. So if we look at one of these then as a standard grid, remember this? So this will be like, for example, 45 degrees or 45.6 degrees going that way. We know that cosine is positive in this quadrant. It's negative there, and positive there. Alright? So, yeah. And so the next time cosine is positive when it goes all the way around here. In other words, it's going to be 360 degrees. Take away that 45. Therefore, if you write it up as follows, we get our next answer, which is also positive. So 360 take away 45 spot 6 gives us 314.4 degrees, and that's our next solution. Alright, 314.4 degrees. So that's 314.4. Now if we judge the symmetry of this cycle of the cosine graph, this is going to be minus 45.6, because look, we know that cosine is positive in the first and fourth quadrant, so we can access the fourth quadrant either by going in the positive direction anti-clockwise and meeting angle 314.4, or we can go in the negative direction of minus 45.6, and therefore minus 45.6 is a valid solution. And that's that. Now what about this one here? What's this one going to be then? Minus something? It is. If we start from here and go anti-clockwise, like this as follows, anti-clockwise will give us the, let's just draw it in so you can see, there you go, anti-clockwise, we hit that place there, so we're looking at 360 take away 5.6, alright, so that's going to be the negative value of 314.4. And that'll be negative. Okay, so we're going this way, minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360. If we take away the 45.6, we reach this solution right here. So these are the 4 solutions to the equation cosine x equals 0.7. 4 solutions, 4 angles. There they are, and that will be positive 314.4. That's your 45.6. That's your minus 45.6, and that's your minus 314.4. Alright, now how about this one? The cosine of minus 0.5. Let's just ask the calculator what that's about first. So we're going to go shift cos, open my bracket, minus 0.5 and close my bracket, and this gives me an angle of 120 degrees. So our first solution is 120 degrees. So I may need to do another one of these little things here. Right, minus 0.5, just draw this in. It'll be about here, won't it? Obviously I can't draw them all in, but we do have 4 solutions again. There, 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 and there. Let's do the first one. This one's clearly representing the 120 degrees, and if it's 120 degrees, then we're essentially playing with, if it's 120 degrees in the second quadrant, then we're essentially playing with 60 degrees, aren't we? So let's just take a look. If that's 120, that one right there, then we're playing essentially with 60 degrees there, and all the way around will give us, for example, 300 degrees. We'll see if we need that anyway, but let's just take a look for now. Right, it's got to be a negative value. So based on 60s, the next one's going to be, let's have a look, 180 plus the 60 is going to be, so that's this one here, just highlight it in red, don't have a lot of space, so 90, 180 plus the extra 60 there is going to be 240 degrees, isn't it? So this must represent a solution of 240 degrees working towards the 270. Is that fair enough? So that's 240. I can see it's going to get a little bit messy here. Right, and over here, working with the symmetry of the graph, if that's going to be 120, then this one's going to be minus 120. And this one's going to be minus 240. Alright? Again, it's really good to use the symmetry of the graph to get the solutions that you need. And secondly, using this arrangement here to see how the angles appear in diagrammatic form helps you see what's going on. Sorry, it's a bit cramped there. In fact, I'd better just get rid of it because I'm going to need space to do my other solutions, I think. I'll leave that on there as an example of how I did it, where there was more space. Next one's dead easy. Solutions. Cosine of x equals 0. Well, that's the line y equals 0. In other words, the x-axis. I can happily write that in. 4 solutions there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just read them straight off from positive to negative. Well, 270 degrees, isn't it? That one is exactly 90 degrees. This one is minus 190. Sorry, minus 90, just maintaining the symmetry. And this one, minus 270 degrees. Very, very simple. Here, cosine of the value of x is 1, so it peaks right there, and right there. 3 solutions. We have 360 degrees right there. The cosine of 0 is also 1, so it's 0 degrees. And the last one, maintain the symmetry of 360 on this side, then minus 360. That's that. Cosine of minus 1, I can draw that in, but I won't need to. It hits right there and right there, just 2 solutions within the range minus 360 to plus 360. So we're looking at 180 degrees, and using the symmetry of the curve, minus 180 as well.